The Seattle native from University of Washington, Kaz Elliott, filing in right behind Josh Hoey, looking to make it a PB in 2 consecutive races. Elliott, Downs, and Murphy with 100 left.
All right, guys, today we've got a little bit of a different type of video. We got a recap video, or maybe more like a race comparison video from 2 races I did last year. These races were back-to-back weekends, only a couple days apart, really. The comparison is going to be going from 147 in one race to a couple days later running 145 in the next race. How did I go from 147 and then a couple days later run 145? I guess we'll just get started by watching the first race. For a little context, this first race is in Memphis, shortly after Nationals. At this point in the season, my PR was about 145.7, I think. I was expecting the race to be really fast. I was hoping to PR and just run a good race. It was really warm, so great conditions, warm, fast track, really getting to that part of the season where I should be super fit. And the gun goes off. I got out pretty hard first couple meters, but then immediately, I guess, didn't feel super great and started to settle, I think, too quickly and ended up shifting towards the back of the field. We went out pretty well through 200, like 25 flat, I think, but everyone kind of started bunching up and no one wanted to go with the pacer, so the group kind of slowed up a bunch and I was stuck at the back. Definitely put myself in a bad position and yeah, didn't move up too well through 300. I'm not typically the kind of runner that can run a quick time from the back, so which definitely wasn't the goal. I wanted to go out hard, I wanted to go out at the front, and I wanted to go through 400 pretty quick to give myself a chance to run fast. We end up going through 400 probably around 53 mid to 53 high. I did feel a little fatigued going into this race, and I think that kind of hurt my approach, my mentality, because the second the race got hard, I just kind of went straight to the back. On the backstretch, I'm still stuck in the back, not feeling great, and we get to a 600 in about 118, 119, which isn't too bad. I'm probably another second or two behind. Yeah, so at this point, not feeling great. Everyone else is kicking, and it seems like I just don't have much left in the legs. I'm still way at the back, and there's a big group at the back, but I just wasn't able to close on anybody and ended up finishing in like 147 low, which at that point in the season for me was kind of a disappointment. I was really hoping to run a 145, get a PR. I didn't put myself in a position to do well, so right off the bat, didn't feel comfortable and just kind of settled into the back, settled into an easy pace, which it's going to be tough to run a PR, run a fast time. I didn't compete how I wanted to. I got last place, which obviously is never the goal, so had to kind of change my approach going into the next race. But at the end of the day, like, that's how track's going to be. Like, some races are going to go poorly. Sometimes you're not going to have it in you. There's so many things that go into how you run, whether it's your fitness, your sleep, your nutrition, your health, track, surface, you have the wind. No matter how you feel, you gotta attack the race. Right after that race, I flew directly to Florida. So just a couple days later, I was racing on the University of Florida track. Conditions here were great as well. A couple of really good guys, notably Josh Hoey and Clayton Murphy. Yeah, after the gun, got out hard, felt really smooth, felt really relaxed, and just tried to stay ahead of the field. I knew the pacer did a really great job, but he was supposed to go out in about 50 point, I think. So I saw him on the outside coming in, saw Josh Hoey slot behind him, and I knew that he was the guy to follow. So got right behind him and tried to just stay as relaxed at that fast pace as I could. My race strategy was just that I would go to the front, I'd go through fast, and if I blew up, I blew up. But I wanted to give myself an opportunity to PR. Through 300, felt really good. In second place, tried to mentally push away the pain and just focus on sticking to the guy in front of me as long as I could. Yeah, and then going through 400 in just about 50 point on the dot, which is great. And yeah, after that, it's just letting those guys in front of me do the work and just trying to stay smooth, trying to keep a solid stride. I had Rob behind me, and he was also going for a 145 and hadn't had a great race the week before. And so we both were coming into it really wanting to run fast, really wanting to PR. And coming around 600, we were about 117 through 600, so I think about 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds faster through 600 than the week previous. And started a little space on the leader, but was able to kind of just cruise it in. Looks like I'm cruising it in, but was completely dying at the end there. Ended up being a fast race. Ended up running 145.6, I think, which was my PR at the time. And super happy with that race. Just a week later from the previous race, so obviously I wasn't really any more fit than I had been a couple days before. I think the mindset of going in and going to the front, really sticking to the leaders and being aggressive, even though I might have died a little bit at the end, gave me the opportunity to get a PR and put me in the position where I'd have a better chance of running quickly. Everyone has their own strategies, but in the first race I didn't execute my plan, kind of pulled back when I got uncomfortable. The second race in Florida, obviously I went out hard, stuck to my race plan. Believing in yourself and having that confidence is so important. Track is tough. Like, you're always going to have bad days. It's never going to be PRs every single day, and you have to be able to bounce back from that and understand why your race went the way it did and be able to change your mentality and control what you can control. Going to training camp for the next couple weeks. Then going to have some races coming up indoors, so hopefully back to some meet videos, meet vlogs, or maybe some workout videos, who knows.